So where's the pain? Can you even feel it? If you're like most people, you're probably totally oblivious, totally unaware of the fact that somewhere there is stored pain or trauma going on. As a society, as individuals, over the years we've become so estranged from what it actually means to feel pain, other than physical pain, of course. We just don't even realise that it's there. And then we have all of the fallout with the multitude of disruptive and destructive behaviours that we all participate in, which are all born out of behaviours that have been habituated, as I say, individually and collectively, to shut out or numb or get away from pain. So lifestyles and whole cultures are built on the pursuit of pleasure, the pursuit of happiness, which is really all an extension of our inability to have looked at and dealt with pain and what it is and being able to integrate it. It's all with good reason, of course, all with good reason, but what is it? What is pain? Okay, so when we're young, before we're even able to create memories, or at least in the way that we do when we're more aware and conscious, pain is dealt with, or pain is felt as anything which is going to impact our sense of connection or our survival. So anything from a caregiver or anything or anyone which, when we're children, that we rely on for our survival, for our connection, if that's disrupted or harmed or abused in any way, then that's dealt with as that's interpreted as pain. So naturally, as any organism does, makes perfect sense, we move away from pain and we survive on the basis of we're going to do what it takes not to feel that pain, basically not to replicate the situations that caused us to feel unsafe or to be unsafe, or to have our survival threatened. So whole lifetimes worth of behaviours, personalities are built during these early years, a lot of it based on ways that we intuitively incorporate, which move us away from anything which threatens our survival. So then we wake up as an adult years later and we wonder why something is off, something is wrong. We don't feel good, we don't feel fulfilled, we don't feel whole, or worse than that, we're in some kind of heavy addiction. Now, addiction of any kind is just it's always a reach to move away from the pain, but it's the end result of decades sometimes of behaviour, or at least years of behaviour, which has all started from I need to move away from pain or whatever it is that's threatening my survival. So it evolves and mutates over time, and we find different situations, different people, different chemicals, different things that not only move us away from pain, but like that, so much so that we feel great. So life becomes about averting pain and pursuing pleasure. Maybe it's both at the same time. The pursuit of pleasure or a good feeling is something that takes away the pain, but sometimes it can be destructive acts which are serving one of those purposes. Now, it's not just heavy addiction that manifests in codependency, which is the difficulty in relating to other people. All of the confusion and the difficulty and the messiness of relations with others, and that's codependency. It takes a lot longer to talk about and unpack, but basically, and I think codependency is a collective issue. There's some people that are aware of their codependency more than others, and do the necessary work on that. Me personally, but codependency at its roots is where we're losing ourselves because we're behaving or acting in ways which is not, it's not true, it's not authentic, but it's to gain a response from others, to keep that sense of connection alive. It's to ward off disapproval of others. It's to ward off a loss of connection. It's to ward off loneliness, the loneliness that you feel from not being approved of by other people, needing to be fulfilled in others and how they view and see you and rate you as a person. So again, it's all built on early behaviours, earlier dynamics, which the conscious mind has no memory of that anymore. It's just been a process which is being embodied. And this is why, to come out of all that, when we wake up and go, why am I behaving in these ways? Why am I behaving in these destructive patterns and destructive cycles? Again, addiction being a really good example of that. Most addicts don't want to be addicted. It's an habituation, and then it then becomes chemical. There's no way out. Once you've created that dependency, once you've formed that brain neurology, it's hard to unravel, to unwind. In lesser circumstances, in terms of behaviour, it's the same. Once you've behaved a certain way for so many years, it's so ingrained, it's difficult to come out of. But this is why, and I know everyone watching this is going to have felt this at some stage, what's that niggling sense of, I'm just not fulfilled, I'm running away from something. And how we run away is we run into pleasures, and we run into numbness, and we numb out in loads of different ways. The TV, drinking at the weekend, food, sweets, sex, pornography, technology, relationships. We run from it in all directions and in all different ways. And we've become so estranged from what pain is, and that there's actually pain there, and that there's actually discomfort there. The further we run away, the harder it is to have a look back at it. And it's likely that the more painful it gets, the longer it's left. So the only way back in, I mentioned before, that pain is embodied. It's felt in the body, and it's habituated through behaviours. The only way back is to inspect, to do the work. Where did my behaviours come from? How has it got to this? We still have that capacity to unravel it all, go all the way back and visit it, see what's happened. But then what we need to accompany that with is the feeling itself, the actual feeling, the energetic feeling in the body of what it feels like to feel that pain, to feel that threat, to feel that threat to your security. And this by no means is an easy feat, and it's not advised to do it all of a sudden and just the way that you think, because it could be harmful without the right guidance and the right support. But this is the only way back in. But the first step is, have I actually got any pain? Is there something I'm running away from? Is there something there I don't want to look at? And that usually can unravel a whole world of information. But yeah, that's my take on pain, based on a lot of literature, might I add, which maybe at some point I'll get round to leaving links for in the comments and stuff like that. But other than that, see you all again.